Like the tone is just all over the place.
Yeah. 30%, 5 stars. 1 star, 22%.
What did you think of the Aftermath covers?
The covers, I enjoy the covers. They're the best part of the book.
I think they're fine. They were neat looking,
Mhm.
especially the first one. I like the blue.
Yeah.
They're so. It's like the only positive to the book.
It really is. It really is.
Written in third person present tense. Oh no.
So many.
Oh no.
Someone please rewrite this story. Star Wars Aftermath. So many sentence fragments. Fragments everywhere. Hard to follow. Weak verbs drained of potency. Pounds of dialogue to establish simple facts. Can't finish. Maybe cliff notes. A tear rolls down. Reading the online summaries of the story, I'm not sure how anyone could think this was a better follow-up story than Zahn's excellent works. I wouldn't feel right donating it. We'll probably just recycle. Swing and a miss.
Did I tell you that because I own these again, when I bought them all from one seller and they're annotated because because I like page through them because I want to make sure that they aren't pages missing.
Mm.
If I ever want to read these again, I don't know. They're more like props, so I can.
Yeah.
But anyway, like literally, they're like trying to make sense.
Treat them like textbooks.
Yeah.
Well, here this one says unreadable. I tried to read this 3 times. Still haven't pushed past 48% on Kindle. It's the structure, like the author is trying to write a script, short, choppy sentences followed by things that are alluded to in parentheses. This is a book and a book-length format, not a draft treatment for a proposed project. Please finish writing the book in full, complete sentences, and maybe there will be more stars awarded. Okay. I get that you murdered our beloved EU with extreme prejudice, but please, in creating a new canon, give us books at the same quality as died in the Wolf fans were used to seeing throughout the 90s. Maybe the story is decent, but as stated, Aftermath is unreadable in its current format. I'd say that's a pretty solid review.
Yeah, it hits the nail right on the head, and I agree with this CWM. I had to switch to the audiobook.
Yeah.
Bad Aftermath was. I had to listen to Mark Thompson struggle through it.
Yeah, it's not an easy read to me. There's a lot of teases in it, if you're like trying to enjoy some of the stuff, especially with the movies that were coming out. I think this the last Aftermath book came out before episode 8. Or did it come out from
yeah.
I just remember you kept teasing and teasing. You're like, oh, is this guy that they're the big villain? You're like, oh, we're gonna get more information on Snoke finally, because that was the big thing that everybody's like, oh, we need to know what Snoke is. Who is he? Is he Plagueis? Is he Sidious? What is it? And then it turned out to be just some other villain that just dies at the end of the book.
Cut in half makes a flop sound when the top half of him hits the ground.
Yeah.
I remember. Did I ever tell you my first reaction to that?
I
literally laughed, like I cackled. And my ex, she looks at me and she's like, "Jeremy, that's not supposed to be funny." I'm like, "But Caitlin, he made a flop sound."
Yeah.
Always wrong. Why turn that up when the music's swelling? And like with the close up of his face when the Hux looks at him, his tongue's hanging out.
Yeah.
Just looks so gross and goofy.
Yeah. I want to see this one. It's a little bit longer. It's called Unreadable. Tragically boring and amateurishly written. Wendig wrote a story that no one would care to read if it weren't set in a certain galaxy long and far away. Wendig's writing style represents a textbook example of no escapism in modern science fiction, where his constant attention to politically correct diversity only acts to distract from the setting and story. This is made worse by his insistence to am I saying that right?
I don't know. Part of when we're on here, it kind of kills the text and it's hard to read.
Yeah, it says this made worse by his insistence to snuff any rising action in the pilot before. Yeah, okay. The plot before it starts. On multiple occasions, for example, the main character appears to die at the end of a chapter. After a dull check-in on the B plot, the reader returns to the main character who simply brushes off the near miss and continues the same point A to B plot they started with. I would best describe this book as a monochromatically diverse pulp, where it is diverse in name only, and the reader will quickly realize that all of the characters think and act with a single voice. Yeah, this is right. Chuck Wendig's The story has many twists and turns as a yardstick, yet great effort was made to explain to the reader the details of each character's sexual preferences. Nearly an entire chapter was dedicated to describing the beauty of a minor background character's lesbian marriage. For example, if Wendig had spent that for example was part of that last sentence. Sorry.
Yeah.
If Wendig had spent even half the effort expressing his socio-political opinions to the reader through his characters or making a compelling story, this book might have been readable, which is basically what we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. This is the prototype of what was to come with where we are now with the Disney Star Wars canon.
Yeah.
And this is why I took off. I was done with it. It just doesn't. None of these characters are good.
No, I don't remember. The only one that I remember is Nora Wexley. That's because she appears in other books. Well,
she appears in one other book.
One other book.
Slightly better written than this, but is also bad.
Yes.
Which you met that author, right?
Yes.
She seems like a nice lady. That was more of one of those things where I think Del Rey got involved in the story group, got involved in.
I would agree with that.
That was her first book with Star Wars. But my issue is this this reader, I bet they were horrified when the second book came out, when we had interspecies erotica in one chapter, followed by another chapter with therapy Ewoks.
Oh yeah, the therapy Ewoks.
With one of the protagonists getting his eye graphically ripped out of his skull. Like the tone is just all over the place.
Yeah. So I've tried to push a lot of these Aftermath books out of my brain.
I feel
this one is true. Sad. A 1-star review. No real story, but a SJW propaganda piece. Really sad. The author should concentrate on real Star Wars story, more meaningful dialogues, and interesting personal interactions. Yeah.
Switch to 5 stars.
Ooh. Not very many of them. Okay, so this first one. Nice novels for the new extended universe.
Here we go.
It complements the stories. It's kind of like, is that supposed to be some sort of
troll
PC type thing? Oh, we're not the expanded, we're the extended universe.
It was the AMC board when they ended the expanded universe. They kept calling it the extended universe.
Ugh.
Some idiot thing that just stayed.
It's dumb. I don't like that.
Like if you called Star Trek Star Tour, or if you called Star Wars Star Conflict.
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
Yeah, it's the same thing. And it's like, does it really matter? I'm like, well, yeah, that's its name. That's like if I called Matthew Todd. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Sure, I could call him Todd, but that's not his name.
Yeah, it's stupid. Let's finish this one off. Nice novels for the new extended universe. It complements the stories well, and it feels as a nice ending to the original character's storyline. What? If Force Awakens never happened, I would have loved this ending even more. What do you mean? A nice ending to the original character's storyline? Is this person talking about Aftermath? we had Han Solo in book 2. Right?
Yeah.
Han and Chewie.
The only movie character that's in the first one is Wedge. And oh no, Mom Mothma's in there and she's a weird pacifist.
Okay, but like a nice ending to the original character's storyline. So what ending for Luke, Leia, or Han did we get that would have satisfied anybody?
Someone didn't read this book.
No. See, that's one of those, hey, go put a positive review on my book. That's stupid. I don't like that. It's untrue. Brilliant read. It's a Kindle customer.
Literally doesn't have a name on here.
This will remain one of my favorite entries in the Star Wars universe. A truly excellent read. Beautiful prose, engaging characters, and a brilliant plot that kept me engaged to the last sentence. This was my first book by Wendig, and it will not be my last. Ew.
Might be his last.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, he got kicked out.
He got kicked out after.
Yeah, with the whole Marvel situation that was going on. He was like writing a Marvel book, and I think they were like, "You're fired." And he hadn't written a Star Wars book since.
Yeah. Everything he touched was.
Yeah, he did. He went on some huge political rant.
Yeah, he was he was attacking people on Twitter, and they finally had enough of it, as I recall.
Yeah, he was saying some real bad stuff about people. Nonsense.
They fired Chucky Boy.
Finally. The way he attacked fans for their 1-star reviews really set him over the edge too.
Yeah.
But this 5 stars, the beautiful prose, engaging characters, and a brilliant plot that kept me engaged. It's just...
That's nothing words. Those are nothing. Those are sweet nothings. Whispering sweet nothings in Chuck Wendig's ear.
I don't like these.
Oh, here we go. Great condition. Perfect condition. I heard this book is, a little strange, but it looks at the New Republic, which is nice.
Man, what? Okay, what did you say? Is this one better than Arrived? What was it? Arrived Quickly. My husband liked it. As a 5-star review.
Not quite on that level. At least this is the person we're assuming.
This could be the same person for all we know.
Bought it for their self.
Perfect condition. I heard this book is written a little strange, but it looks at the New Republic, which is nice. See, they review a book when they haven't even read it. Heard this book was written a little strange, but it looks at the New Republic, which is nice.
With no production.
I wish they had a follow-up to that. See, we've got Obsidian 53. Hello there. They say in the comments, interesting, been considering reading Aftermath for some context after reading some of other canon and Legends books. Well,
take my advice. If you're going to trek through the Aftermath trilogy, do yourself a favor, because it's really hard to read because it's so bizarre. Just listen to Mark Thompson's audiobooks. He does a great job. Well, he does the best he can with the story. He puts on some really good performances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can find used paperbacks. Just get that. Don't spend $28 on the hardcover for these things,
or $7.99 for the paperback. Actually, it's $8.99 because new canon books are $1 more, and are that weird paperback size. I call it the Disney canon size if you're collecting.
Yeah, it really. I don't like those new sized books. They're like real tall.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Good storyline. This is a 5-star review. If you are a huge Star Wars fan like me, then you will love this book. The story itself is really good, and I am definitely going to get the second book to the series. I highly recommend this book. Wow. I disagree with all of these people's
I mean, their opinions.
It is. That's all they. Yeah, that's what they really are. Except for Perfect Condition. I heard this book was a little strange, but I mean, that's not even.
That's a diamond in the rough of the 5-star.
Yeah, yeah. See this one, amazing story. What an outstanding addition to Star Wars canon. A must-read for diehard Star Wars fans. It's not true. If you're a diehard Star Wars fan, you might get mad at this book.
No, it is a test of your patience, for sure.
That it is. You want to know what happens to Jar Jar Binks? I guess this is the book for you.
Great. Excellent.
Fantastic read by a fantastic author. Highly recommend.
So lazy. Great story, compliments.
Top age. There you go. 5 star. 5 star.
So see, this is what we're getting into. The
Look at this. 5 stars. My 8 year is enjoying this book. Someone's like 8 years.
Is that the child's age, or is that their 8th year of school? If you're in the UK,
Wow.
either way, it's not put together right. My grandson was excited when he opened the gift. Reviews called Good Choice. I love these reviews that aren't about the item. I bet you they were, and that they read it, and they're like, "Grandma,
So bad.
why do you not love me?"
Recent stuff. Yeah, people are reading this in this year. This is probably just the recent stuff. Why would you read this in 2020? Don't read it in 2020.
Dude, that will set you over the edge in 2020. Well, maybe they just ran out of good books and quarantined. They start reading the bad.